In 1917, 5 businessmen in Birmingham, Alabama, organized the first Civitan Club meeting on March 17th. That fateful meeting would eventually lead to the creation of a service association that literally spans the globe, Civitan International. The catalyst was a physician named Dr. Courtney W. Shropshire. Dr. Shrop, as his friends called him, was the founding father of Civitan. He always wore his Civitan pin and a red carnation on his lapel. The Birmingham Club accomplished many successful and worthy projects in the early years. They assisted the city's less fortunate, funded the construction of local hospitals, and backed the installation of Birmingham's first street lights. The Civitan Club of Birmingham incorporated on April 20th, 1920, as the International Association of Civitan Clubs. The vision was simple: to create civic service clubs to promote good citizenship and humanitarian service around the world. By the end of 1920, 10 clubs had chartered. At the first international convention in 1921, Dr. Shropshire was elected president. By 1923, nearly 100 clubs had chartered throughout the United States. The first Civitan publication was created in 1924. Also that year, Civitan Champ Andrews of the Civitan Club of Chattanooga wrote down the organization's tenets with the now famous Civitan Creed. In 1927, Civitan became truly international with the chartering of the Civitan Club of Hamilton, Ontario. And in 1932, to promote good citizenship among youth, the first junior Civitan clubs were organized. Through World War II and the 1950s, the organization experienced tremendous growth. The number of cities with a Civitan club doubled. The first international honor keys, Civitan's highest honor, were awarded in 1945. In 1956, Civitans voted to make helping people with developmental disabilities a central focus of the organization. Clubs still helped people wherever the need arose, but Civitans now had a central cause to rally around. To raise money in support of this endeavor, members began selling the now famous Claxton fruitcake. Civitan continued to expand through the 1960s. In May of 1969, the Civitan Club of Oslo, Norway, became our first European club to sustain its charter. In 1975, the Nippon Civitan Club of Tokyo, Japan, chartered as our first club in Asia. Civitan International had officially circled the globe. In July of 1974, after much debate, Civitan became the first men's-only service organization to include women as equal members. Other service organizations soon followed this example. Civitan was now on the leading edge of diversifying its membership. In 1982, Civitan became a premier sponsor of the International Summer Special Olympic Games. The organization continued support of the World Games for the following 12 years. Special Olympics are still a favorite project for many Civitan clubs, who volunteer in the thousands for these events. The 90s brought increased growth outside North America, which continued into the new millennium. Civitan entered the continent of Africa in 1994, spreading our ideals to Sierra Leone. Civitan blazed a trail with more firsts in the service club industry, as Polly Mooney Forrester was elected as the first woman international president in 1990. Then, in 1993, the delegation elected Christian Våge of Oslo, Norway, as the first international president from outside North America. 1992 marked the beginning of the organization's signature project, the UAB Civitan International Research Center. What began as a medical research center bearing the Civitan name is now a world-renowned facility with research into developmental disabilities that help people around the world. The new millennium saw more growth in Africa and Europe. Civitan entered Italy in 2012 and recently chartered a club in France. Today, there are Civitan clubs in 47 countries. Support for Civitan's flagship project continues to grow with the accomplishments of the UAB Civitan International Research Center. The organization has changed more lives than those 5 businessmen in 1917 could have ever imagined. The organization also elected its first African American international president to serve the organization over the past year. And Civitan International continues to spread worldwide. Civitans help others and live out the ideals in the Civitan Creed, offering hope and service in an increasingly fast-paced world. Plans are already well underway for the Civitan's centennial celebration in 2017. Here is a glimpse of what you can expect from Civitan's home of Birmingham, Alabama next summer. As we head into our centennial celebration year, Civitan's future is bright. Come home to Birmingham next June to celebrate 100 years of the spectacular Civitan International.